G'day people, here I am in Greenvale. As you can see, I'm at the Three Rivers Hotel. Camping here actually. Now, of course, I'm here to do Stan Costa's famous song, The Three Rivers Hotel. And Stan Costa worked as a grader operator for Tees Brothers during the construction of the railway line from Townsville to Greenvale, as mentioned in the song. That railway line carried nickel ore from the mine here in Greenvale to the refinery in Yabaloo, approximately 20 kilometres north of Townsville. Construction commenced in 1972 of a branch line from Kubara, north of Townsville. It was 225 kilometres long and featured 5 tunnels through the Harvey Range. It was opened in 1974 and operated until 1992, when the mine ran out of ore. So, what's that, 18 years, didn't last very long. 18 years, have I got that right? Yes, 18 years. Proposals were made to try to retain part of the line as a tourist route. Nothing came of it. In mid-2000, the railway tracks were removed, but other infrastructure remained, such as tunnels and easements. The track's been since used for walking, mountain biking, four-wheel driving, and there's been proposals to formalise this use, but collapses of the tunnels along the route have raised safety concerns. Now, spiritually, the eponymous three rivers of the song are the Burdekin, the Star and the Clark. But they're not technically, strictly speaking, the rivers referred to in the song. Not only that, but the hotel behind me at Greenvale is not the actual hotel referred to in the song either. Now, Stan Costa, he worked for Tees Brothers and he lived at the Tees Brothers camp on the banks of the Star River, which is closer to Townsville than it is to Greenvale. During 1974, North Queensland was severely drenched by a very active wet season. And work on the railway line ceased for days, even weeks at a time. The workers in the camps had nothing better to do than to hang out in the camp boozer, which was a basic demountable building with outdoor covered seating. During one of these wet days, the water started to enter the confines of the boozer. So some of the men immediately started digging drainage channels around it to channel away the water. As they built the channels, some wags named the channels after the 3 main rivers in the region, i.e. the Burdekin, the Star and the Clark. These were joined up roughly as they are in real life, and the boozer was then named by some other wag the Three Rivers Hotel. Stan was one of the drinkers that day. He penned the song on the spot and performed it for the drinkers in the evening. What a great guy, Stan Costa. Here's to you, mate. So, that's the story that I found on the net, and I'll put a link in the description to the page I got it from. This hotel has been operating since 1974, which is the same year that they ceased construction on the railway line because they finished the job. It's also the same year that had the heavy downpour, so my guess is that the management of this hotel named the hotel. They found out about Costa's song and they named the hotel after that mess hall. But did they do it then, or did they do it after Slim Dusty had the hit? Because Slim Dusty recorded this, I think, 3 years later. I think it was 77, maybe 76 or 77, which was quite a bit after Stan wrote the song and after this pub opened doors in 1974. So anyway, I'm not entirely certain what the progression of names was for the pub, whether they got it from the song after 77 or whether they got it from Stan Coster before that. But anyway, certainly this pub is named in honour of Stan Coster's wonderful song about working on the railway. So check it out. Here it is, Three Rivers Hotel. From Townsville to Greenvale, we're building a line through the ranges and the gorges to the great nickel mine. The long days are dusty and hotter than hell. That's why we all worship Three Rivers Hotel. There's the Teese Brothers camp on the banks of the Star, where men from all nations and walks of life are. It's funny to listen to the stories they tell every night around the bar in Three Rivers Hotel. Because at the things that go wrong through the day, and vow that we'll snatch it and go far away. When the day is done and we're soon feeling well, the laughter rings out from Three Rivers Hotel. There's Wesley the barman and young Irish Joe, serving the booze and collecting the dough. What a stir they would cause if they ever should tell all the secrets they've learned in Three Rivers Hotel. On the night after payday, there's fun and romance. It's a night for the families to sing and to dance. You can let down your hair and come out of your shell. You can do your own thing in Three Rivers Hotel. If you listen to the bosses when the night's getting late, on the progress they're making, the best in the state. Oh, they finished the line and the maintenance as well. If they work like they bragged in Three Rivers Hotel. And if you think you can drink, we've got money to back. On stayers like Cass and old Grader Jack. Oh, they tell me that Costa gives everyone hell when he gets on the booze in Three Rivers Hotel. Oh, when this job's finished, we'll pack up and go to another construction, still chasing big dough. Oh, wherever I wander, my memory will dwell on those happy days in Three Rivers Hotel. From Townsville to Greenvale, we're building a line through the ranges and the gorges to the great nickel mine. The long days are dusty and hotter than hell, and that's why we all worship Three Rivers Hotel. dusty and hotter than hell, and that's why